Well, it looks like video game movies are finally starting to get better. The Mortal Kombat movie was just released, and honestly, I really enjoyed it. Keep in mind, this is coming from the perspective of a casual Mortal Kombat fan. Now, I may be a filthy casual, but I think I can answer how people who've never played a Mortal Kombat game would react to this movie. Cause I honestly think they would enjoy it so long as they keep an open mind, since the story is a little bit weird and a little bit hard to get into. Aside from that, I would say that this movie does a fantastic job at introducing the Mortal Kombat franchise to new people. And not to worry, if you're an older fan, this movie still has plenty of fan service. So to sum it up, this movie balances being entertaining for new fans and being entertaining for old fans at the exact same time. And I think it does that perfectly. Alright, let's move on to something else. As I'm sure most of you know, the Mortal Kombat games are notoriously known for their blood, violence, and gore. This movie definitely delivers in that regard. The older Mortal Kombat movies didn't receive R ratings, which meant that they couldn't be as violent as the games were. But this movie has an R rating, and it does use it a fair number of times. However, it didn't use it as much as I expected it to use it. A lot of the fight scenes were surprisingly tame and not as violent as I thought they would be. Now that is true, but like I said earlier, this movie contains a whole lot of fan service for the hardcore MK fans, especially when it comes to the characters, because this movie is packed to the brim with characters. Now, most of these characters range from being either kind of generic or just decent. Yeah, I wouldn't exactly say these are great characters, but what I will say is that the actors play their video game counterparts fairly well. One character who I really enjoyed in this movie was Kano. I absolutely love the way he reacted to his surroundings and the way his personality bounced off of the personalities of all the other characters. He was really great in this movie, and I might even go so far as to say that he was my favorite character. Okay, I suppose we should take a look at the main character. He was alright, I guess. Okay, so his name is Cole Young, and he's actually an original character that was created specifically for this movie. And I'm just curious to know why exactly they decided to go in that direction. I can definitely think of a lot of characters from the Mortal Kombat lore that could have filled his role in this movie. Anyways, this wasn't really a huge problem for me personally. A minor gripe I have about this movie is the fact that the trailers made it seem like Scorpion was going to be a super important character. But the truth is, he wasn't really in a whole lot of the movie. Now, you could argue that that makes the trailers somewhat misleading. And while yes, that can be true, I do have to say that all of the scenes that Scorpion was in, all of them were just really good. Especially the opening of the movie that showed Scorpion's backstory. That was probably my favorite scene in the whole movie just because of how awesome it was. I really liked it. So in conclusion, this movie wasn't a masterpiece, obviously, but it still managed to keep me entertained through the entirety of the runtime. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the flip side.